Hello, hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I want to show you guys how to send a parcel through Pudo. And if you're clicking on this video, chances are you're trying to send a parcel right now, so I'm going to get straight to the point. And at the end of the video, if you're interested in why I use it and the other cool stuff about Pudo, stay tuned for that. So basically, to send a Pudo, what you need is a phone, a smartphone. You need to be connected to the internet. This is through an app, and then basically once you have the app, you need a bank account and an email address. That's pretty much it, and you can send a parcel. So to send a Pudo parcel, you go to your app store, or if you're using an Android, I think it's called the Play Store, I'm not sure, but basically you download the app to get started, and it's a really easy app to use. I find that it's really user friendly, which looks like this. It's the pick up drop off one. Okay, then you'll see these introductory slides that tells you a little bit about it, and then you accept their terms and conditions. And then to sign up, you just need to put in your email address and your phone number. If you're not a company or if you're not a business, you don't really need the VAT number and all of that. So really simple, you just put in your details. They don't need a whole lot from you, which is why I love Pudo. It's just this quick, it's to the point, and I love that. So before you can send a parcel, you obviously need to have some credit into your account so that, there's money that they can pull from. And to put in the money to load it, you basically just go to settings, go to funds, and then basically you want to just top up your credit. So you can choose one of the amounts that they put there for you, or you can also go to custom amount, and then you can basically put in any amount that you want to put in. So say for instance 250, that's not one of the options. You put that in, and then it'll take you to the different payment options that you have. So as you can see, you have different options like Samsung Pay, Capitec Pay, or you can even use store credit like RCS cards and that kind of thing if you want to, send parcels on credit. But yeah, the simplest, and that's what I use, is basically just my card details, and then I put that in. I usually use my virtual card, and then it'll usually just ask me to verify it on my banking app, and then I do that, and then my credit is in. They use PayFast as a payment gateway, so that's pretty trustworthy. I also use PayFast for my website, and yeah, I haven't had any problems with that. So once you have credit in your account, you can now start booking parcels to be sent, and then these are basically the options that you have. So what you need to understand about the Pudo model is that it needs to feature a locker somewhere. So either you're sending from a locker to someone's door, or from someone's door to a locker, or from a locker to a locker. That's this middle option. But somewhere a locker has to feature. And that's what's different about it from the Courier Guy system, where the Courier Guy system, you can send from, door to door. Basically, they can pick it up at your door and then deliver it at someone else's door. But with the Pudo option, basically a locker needs to feature. I find definitely, like they say here as well, that sending it from a locker to a locker is the cheapest option. So that's always a good one. And especially if you're a business sending, multiple parcels at a time, you will be at a locker. So you might as well always just choose locker to locker and not have it picked up at your door. But if you're sending just, for yourself, then yeah, you can have the option of having it picked up at your house and then it gets delivered to somebody's locker. There are so many lockers around the country. They have over 1,200 lockers all over the country. So there probably is one near you somewhere. And they're usually located in relatively safe-ish places. So outside petrol stations, inside malls, busy areas, areas that have security. So safety-wise, obviously you still need to be vigilant. We live in South Africa. But yeah, generally you get what I'm saying. So once you've selected which locker you're sending from, you book the parcel, and then they'll send you a PIN. And the PIN is just written on the right there, like this for instance. And then what I usually do is I write it on the actual parcel, because I'm sending a lot of parcels. So I just put it on there so that when I'm still into the lockers, it's right there. It's convenient, as opposed to having the PIN just, in my phone, and then every parcel that I'm going to put in the locker, I must still go back and find the pin for that parcel. Okay, so now to drop off the parcel to get it delivered, very simple. You literally just walk up to the locker, you select the drop off option, you put in the pin that they give you, and here's another tip, they also SMS you the pin, but usually the SMSs are a bit delayed, so it's always in the app. You can always just get it immediately there. You put in that pin that they gave to you, and then you're in. That's it. So yeah, your parcel is on the way. Now for the person you're sending the parcel to, they just get a pin that their parcel is ready at the locker. They can collect, and they just go to the locker, put in the pin, and the locker opens, and that's it. A lot of these lockers are 24/7, so they open all the time, which is very convenient, but you must pick up your parcel within 36 hours of receiving the SMS. If you don't, it gets sent to the closest Courier Guy kiosk, and then you'd need to pick it up from there. This is how long they say the parcels take, so it says 1 to 4 business days, but I found that they're really good. I must say, generally it takes about a day or two, unless it's in a province that's quite far from you. So for instance, I'm in Gauteng and I'm sending parcels around here. If it's in Gauteng, so in Pretoria and Johannesburg, then it usually gets there the same day or the very next day. If not, say I'm sending one to Cape Town, which is a bit further, then that'll take about 3 to 4 days. So they're right, 1 to 4 days, depending on how far it is from you. Next up, in case you're wondering if they insure parcels or not, as far as I know, they don't insure parcels. I think you can insure them through Courier Guy. I'm not sure through Pudo. I don't think you can through Pudo. I stand corrected. But yeah, I don't think you can insure their parcels, but they rarely lose parcels. I've lost one parcel coming to me, not one that I sent. And yeah, that was very unfortunate, but they generally are quite good at delivering your items. Once in a while they will be a bit delayed. Maybe it got lost somewhere, or it got sent to the wrong depot, or something like that, but it usually always gets to you. So they are quite reliable. This video is not sponsored, so yeah, trust that I'm literally just telling you my experiences with them. In case you're wondering about the sizing of the parcels, this locker is basically, it gives you an idea. There are measurements on their website about how big your parcels need to be, but generally if you look at the small boxes here, those are the extra small boxes, and then a normal sized flyer, so those flyer bags that you get at Postnet and at Aramax, a normal sized one of those, that's the small. So that would generally be these boxes here, and the extra small boxes and the small boxes, all of them go in quite deep. So if you want to send quite a few things, you want to pack them longer, if you get what I mean. So this box here, that's a good example. By the way, they do sell packaging for sending parcels, which is quite affordable, but I usually just send the flyer bags, which are free, that you can get from them. And I think that goes to the next question that I get very often asked about Pudo is, what packaging do I have to use to ship the item in? And the answer is you can use literally anything. So you can use anything, but obviously just be mindful of what you're sending. If you're sending fragile stuff, generally you shouldn't, because they do have that on their do not send list. They don't want crockery, they don't want things that can break, because they can promise you that they're going to take care of it, but you don't want to be sending champagne glasses through Pudo. So you want to just be mindful, be demure about what you're sending or how you're packaging what you're sending. If you're going to send it in a bag, for instance, put some tape around the bag so that it's a bit strong. I've had parcels that were sent to me that was just in a bag and then very lightly sealed. It got to be fine, but yeah, be mindful of that. But yes, you can put it in anything, and the flyer bags, they are free. You can grab a few at a Courier Guy depot, or you can also have it shipped to you. So from Pudo. So you'd book a parcel from them, from their depot, to your address, and then they'll know, then you say stationery, and then they know to send you flyer bags, which is free. So you're literally just paying for the delivery. But I usually just go to my local kiosk, and then I ask them, and then they give me flyer bags for free, which is also in their best interest to give you the flyer bags, because I've had a situation where I was sending parcels and I ran out of bags, and I only had Postnet bags, because I also have a lot of Postnet bags that I also send through Postnet. And then I just put them all in Postnet bags. So when the people receive their parcel, you know, it's not in their best interest for you to be sending other brands through them. So that's why they're free and you can get them. And I also find that, yeah, it's really the cheaper option when you are packaging a lot of items. So this would now be for, you know, businesses, not necessarily individuals. If you're just sending a parcel, like you're sending a one-time gift, please do your thing, whatever you want to package it in. But basically just tape. I am always sending clothes, so I don't have to go crazy on bubble wrap and protecting things and that sort of thing. I usually just put it inside a brown paper bag, my own store's paper bag that I have stamped, and then I put the paper bag into the flyer bag, and then I seal it. And that's about it, and that's how it gets to the people. Next question is there a weight limit? Yes, they do say 20 kilos. I haven't sent anything heavier than that, so I don't know, but as long as it's under 20 kgs, you're safe. And I mean, a standard parcel bag is about nothing over, 4 kilos, 3 kilos even. Okay, next thing is, if you're sending parcels in bulk, like say you're a store and you're booking in a lot of parcels, something that can get very annoying very quickly is booking in the parcels into the lockers and then they're full, or there isn't enough lockers to put your stuff in. Then if you need to send stuff urgently, you might have to even book different parcels from different lockers, so you're sending lockers, because maybe the locker that is closest to you, for instance, is booked. You want to send 5 small parcels and 8 bigger parcels, but now the bigger lockers are fully booked, and then you need to wait until they open up before you can send. So my hack for that is, I usually then go to a Courier Guy depot or a Courier Guy kiosk. That way, on the Pudo app, they still act as lockers where you drop the stuff off at, but it's unlimited, so it's unlimited availability of lockers that are available, which really helps when you're sending a lot of items and you want to do like one drop off. It helps. So my favorite one at the moment has to be the one in La Montagne, or the Mayor's Park area. There's one right there in that co-space place, and I usually just go there. You can take so many parcels, you just drop it off, you write the pin for them, and then they book it in for you, which also is just way less admin than going to each locker and putting in. But obviously this is for if you're sending a lot. If you're going there to send one parcel, then please just go to a locker. You'll be fine at the locker. Okay, then moving along, how do you track your parcel? How do you know when it's arrived and all of that? On the app, or you can also go to the Pudo website, which is pudo.co.za. You literally just put in the tracking number that you're given. That's the waybill number, and it'll tell you there, how far it is. Has it reached the person yet? Have they received it? Has it been delivered? All of that. It's very easy to track, which gives you peace of mind to know, how far a parcel is, if the person is going to get it on that day, things like that. Oh, something I should mention, if you are booking a parcel, to go to a Courier Guy depot. So it's not like a locker that's standing somewhere. They usually tell you, like, if it's in a mall or if it's next to whatever. If it's a freestanding locker, then that's 24/7. But if you're booking it to go to a kiosk or a depot, then they do have operating times. So then it's usually like 8 to 5, or if it's 9 to 5, or then they have the times. Then it'll depend on that depot's time when you can pick up the parcel. So then it's not a 24-hour pickup service. And then another question you might have is, can you send parcels anywhere in South Africa? And the answer is yes, anywhere in South Africa. If you're sending it to a locker, obviously it's specific to the lockers that they have in certain places. But if you're sending it from a locker to a door, as into someone's address, if that address can be picked up by Google Maps, because that's what they use to put in the addresses, then it can be sent to that address. It includes your rural areas, it includes townships, it includes plots, I don't know, far away and all of that. But something that you should note is that if they deem the area too dangerous, which I've dealt with before, then they can tell the person to pick it up at the nearest Courier Guy depot. Then they won't go to the person's address, which is something I definitely feel like they should put on their website, but they haven't. They'll just tell you that, yeah, it's not a safe area for their drivers, which I guess is understandable, but at the same time, let me know. You know, you didn't tell me when I booked this thing. But anyway, that's just something to think about if you are sending to like a location. But I've sent to plenty townships and like rural areas, and they've arrived just fine. So yeah, just another thing to think about. And I think that's all the frequently asked questions I get about Pudo. If you have any other questions that I haven't answered, you can drop them in the comments and I'll be happy to answer. As far as I know, from my experience of using Pudo, I've used it now for 3 years, but I have used Courier Guy since I started my store, which is 7 years ago. So I have worked with them. I've seen how they work. They are very efficient. They call you. They really is good, I'd say. I'm not by any means affiliated with them. But yeah, you can pop your questions and I'll answer them to the best of my ability. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope this was helpful. If you have any tips and tricks that you are sending Pudo parcels, please also drop them in the comments. We can all learn from each other. Feeling like this video helped you at all, please give it a like and maybe subscribe. I don't know. Okay, thanks. Bye.